the Rangers are in the middle of a rebuild, and John Daniels needs to decide if he wants to keep for the future or if he wants to trade him for prospects. Although before we get straight into the video, I have some big news that is coming to this channel. This Texas Rangers Report YouTube channel will now be called Center Field Media, and the goal of Center Field Media is to give every MLB team a local sports report where we report on news, rumors, and scouting reports just like the Texas Rangers Report. And don't worry guys, the Texas Rangers Report won't be going anywhere, as I will still be the lead reporter for the channel whenever we transfer over to CFM. Right now, the only other team that we have for Center Field Media is the Nationals. So if you're interested in being a reporter for another team on CFM, or if you know of anybody else that would be interested, send me an email. My email address will be in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video for Joey Gallo trade rumors. The first team on the trade list for Joey Gallo is the Cleveland Indians, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys should have seen this coming, as the Indians have not had a good outfield for quite some time now, and that was the same case in 2020. The Indians were carried this year largely due to their pitching performances. Joey Gallo would be a total upgrade to the Indians outfield, although his trade value has dropped a little even though he won a Gold Glove. This is mainly due to the fact that his numbers with the bat this year were mediocre, but the advanced metrics say that Joey Gallo should have a bounce back year in 2021 because he still has elite exit velocity and he is very patient even though he strikes out a lot. My proposed trade for Joey Gallo is the Cleveland Indians receive outfielder Joey Gallo, and the Texas Rangers receive outfielder Jorge Valera, right-handed pitcher Daniel Espino, and right-handed pitcher Lenny Torres. These are all Cleveland Indians prospects, and outfielder Jorge Valera is the 5th prospect in the Indians organization. The Indians signed him from the international signing class of 2017, and he is 5'11" and 185 pounds, and the best part is he's only 19 years old, so he's going to have room to grow. He has average to above average tools all around the board, but his 2 best tools have to be his hit and power tools, and whenever Valera adds more strength to his frame, he can end up being a 300 plus hitter with 30 home runs every season. And he can play anywhere in the outfield as well, so that's just good versatility to go along with a really advanced bat. And we move on to right-handed pitcher Daniel Espino. Daniel Espino is the 7th prospect in the Indians organization. The Indians drafted him in the 1st round with the 24th overall selection back in the 2019 MLB draft. He's 6'2" and 205 pounds, and he's only 19 years old as well, so these are young guys that we'd be getting back from the Cleveland Indians. Espino has really good stuff all across the board, but his best tools are his fastball that ranges anywhere from 94 to 97 miles per hour and his slider. He's a starter right now, but if becoming a starter in the big leagues does not work out for him like a lot of people, he could always move to the bullpen because he has electric stuff. And then the last prospect on this list is right-handed pitcher Lenny Torres. He is the 28th prospect in the Indians organization. The Indians drafted him in the competitive balance round with the 41st pick back in 2018. He's 6'1" and 190 pounds, and he's 20 years old, but he's a little on the small side for being a starter. I would say Torres is like a poor man's Daniel Espino, as Torres has a good fastball and a solid slider, but is not of the likes of Espino. Lenny Torres did blow out his elbow, and he did have to get Tommy John surgery in May, so that is a red flag. Although many pitchers actually gain velocity after completing the Tommy John surgery rehab if they're able to come back healthy. Just like Rangers prospect Alex Spees, who's throwing 102 now, so that's a good sign, I guess. And I think Torres, he could always move to the bullpen if necessary because he does have good stuff. Let me know your thoughts on this trade with the Cleveland Indians down in the comment section below. Moving now to the second team on this list, we have the Tampa Bay Rays. This team, I think, would be a solid trade partner because they have a solid farm system and a lot less risky prospects. I think the Cleveland Indians trade would be risky, but I'm really excited for the Rays because they have a lot less risky prospects. The Rays just came off a World Series loss to the Los Angeles Dodgers, as we all know, and they're looking for a piece that will put them over the top. I think Joey Gallo could be that piece for the Rays because they can get Joey Gallo for 2 more seasons, and he plays elite defense, and he'd bring great power to a team that was middle of the pack last year in both slugging and home runs. My proposed trade to the Rays would be the Tampa Bay Rays receive Joey Gallo, and the Rangers would receive shortstop/second baseman Vidal Brujan, outfielder Josh Lowe, and right-handed pitcher J.J. Goss. Infielder Vidal Brujan is the 3rd prospect in the Rays farm system. The Rays signed him from the international signing class of 2014. He is 5'10", 180 pounds, so a little small, and he's 22 years old. Brujan is one of the best prospects in the game because he has above average to great tools all around the board, besides his power tool, which is below average. And in my opinion, Vidal Brujan could probably be starting in the big leagues right now if it weren't for the Tampa Bay Rays logjam at the middle infield positions. Like I said, he's a middle infielder that can play either short or second, although I think he is more suited for second in the big leagues. He's a switch hitter that makes good contact, and he is very patient as well, and he has hit all of his professional home runs from the left side of the plate. Although I think his main calling points will be his hitting ability, his on-base skills, and his speed on the base paths. And don't get me wrong, he is extremely fast. Now moving on to outfielder Josh Lowe. He is the 10th ranked prospect in the Rays farm system. The Rays drafted him in the 1st round with the 13th overall pick back in 2016. He's 6'4" and 205 pounds, and he's 22 years old, just like Vidal Brujan. Lowe is consistently one of the best athletes that steps foot on the diamond every time he plays a game of baseball. He's a left-handed batter that reminds me a lot of Joey Gallo because he has a lot of pop in his bat. He strikes out a lot, and he gets on base a decent amount as well. Although that's not the only thing that reminds me of Joey Gallo, as Lowe is a great defender as well, where scouts praise him for his running, fielding, and his arm strength. Lowe is a risky prospect with a lot of upside, but so is Joey Gallo. And at worst, Lowe can be the 4th outfielder on the big league team. And last but not least, in this trade with the Tampa Bay Rays, we have right-handed pitcher J.J. Goss. Goss is the 13th ranked prospect in the Rays farm system, and the Rays drafted him in the competitive balance round with the 36th selection back in 2019. He is 6'3" and 185 pounds, and he's only 19 years old, so another young guy that we'd be getting back. But Goss has an extremely projectable frame. Goss has average tools all around the board, with his 2 best pitches being a low 90s fastball and a low 80s slider. Although given that he is only 19 years old, he should be able to get stronger and add more velocity. Goss already has solid command for his age, and barring no injuries, he should be an impact starter in a big league rotation. Let me know your thoughts on this trade with the Tampa Bay Rays down in the comments section below. In my opinion, I think this would be a solid trade to get back in return for Joey Gallo, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. And if you guys are enjoying this content right now, make sure to subscribe to the Texas Rangers Report, which will soon be Centerfield Media, and turn your post notifications on to all. That way you never miss a video, because I will keep you guys updated on the Rangers this entire offseason and during the season as well on news, rumors, and scouting reports. So if that sounds interesting, subscribe right now to the Texas Rangers Report on YouTube. Now let's get back to the video. The last team on this list is the Colorado Rockies. This would be extremely cool to see what Joey Gallo is able to do with his bat at Coors Field, because balls fly like crazy there. Plus, the Rockies could use a player like Gallo who can get it done both offensively and defensively every single day. Although the Rockies seem like the most unlikely team to trade for Gallo on this list. First off, because the Rockies never are sure if they should rebuild or if they should try to compete a little longer. So that is one thing to consider in this trade. And one of the main things is that the Rockies do not have that great of a farm system. So I think the only offers the Rangers would be interested in giving up Joey Gallo is if a trade offer consisted of the Rockies' top 2 prospects and outfielder Zach Bean, who they just drafted this year, or left-handed pitcher Ryan Rollison. And I do not think the Rockies would want to part ways with any of those prospects, so I'm not even going to propose a trade offer with this team. And that just about wraps up this video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up down below. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.